1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3.
Test, test.
Can we do that again?
All right, is it now? Okay, good. Well, good morning again from Center for Spiritual Living in Ballard. I'm Reverend Michael. I'm serving as your bridge minister in that. So a couple of things and announcements. It's barbecue Sunday, so please, those here, go down and join us afterwards. If you didn't bring anything, that's still okay. There's more than enough food. What we want, though, is your energy and your spirit and your love with us downstairs in our social room. So please join us in that. We have what are called a focused spiritual mind treatment with our practitioners, and those are 10-minute sessions, and they're available about 10 minutes after the service. And we have Anne and we have Gary, and there are rooms, an office back here, and then there's a practitioner's room downstairs that's available. And all you need to do is see if they are available, and if they're in session, there's a sign-up sheet for you so that you would be next in that. Spiritual conversations are also continuing with the theme in November is gratitude. And these are open conversations so that you don't need to sign up. They're available, and you just show up and share what your experiences of gratitude are in that. Volunteers are needed for decorating on Friday, November 28th, and you need to see Brenda Campbell for that. Brenda, raise your hand. And Jingle Jam is on December 13th, and Juniper Rain will be also coordinating volunteers for that activity and that. There's going to be a raffle, and Bonnie Pasek is looking for donations for the raffle, so please check in with her in terms of items that you might have that you are willing to donate. Bonnie? Okay, great, thank you in that. So I wanted all of you to know this is the month of gratitude, and I'm really grateful for the community and your response around SNAP benefits. We raised over $1,300. We took care of members of our community. So I want to thank you for that and let you know that whatever remains after that, we're donating to the Ballard Food Bank and that. Let's see. So we have some other activities going on around the holidays. We have not just Jingle Jam, but we're doing a Christmas Eve service with Reverend Liz. And Brenda, come on up and share the other holiday activity we'll be doing. Do you want to come up or just?
Good morning, everybody. For those of you who don't know me, can't imagine there are too many of you at this point, but my name is Brenda, and I've been a member of this church for a very, very long time. And one of the things I was leading up was the holiday decorations, etc. So you see an insert in your program, and you probably went, what? What we have created from a team of members here, which would have been Justin, Ann Forrest Burns, Bonnie, Laura, and a few other people that we bounced ideas off, Donna Ray, etc. So what we have created downstairs is a community connection tree, as opposed to the gift tree that most of people do this time of year. So the concept is a way of connecting us to one another. There are you have wishes, you have things you'd like to share or give. And so when you go downstairs, there's a little tree off to the side, and you'll be filling out what I can offer. For instance, I might want to offer hot chocolate and a drive down to see the Christmas lights. And I'll put that on a card and stick it there, and one of you may pick it up and say, oh, I'd love to do that. Or you may say, somebody already did one on the tree. This group is so bright. They put one on, I want to ride to Jingle Jam from the bus stop to here. So there'll be all kinds of things, and it's supposed to be meaningful and fun. So if you will just come down to the table and fill out your card, we'll get the tree started, and then you will connect with whomever you're supposed to. So thank you so much, and I look forward to enjoying this season with you.
So Brenda also is responsible for the table decorations that have been showing up every Sunday.
So full of it. For those who watch online, Bonnie will make sure that my email is listed in the online on the website and one other place so that you can send them to me and I will write them out and hang your tag on the tree. So didn't want to leave out those who are with us in spirit and online. Thank you.
Okay, so I also want you to know, because we also have our website, our services are actually now on YouTube, so the quality is much stronger than what it has been in the past. And Core Council news and things like that are also in a blog, and posted downstairs are things like our financial statements and our Core Council minutes and that, so that you have a way to stay involved and informed with what is happening here at the center. So I want to introduce our speaker, which is Reverend Dr. Pam Ninneman, who serves here both as a practitioner and is now a member of our Core Council. And she oversees our Greeters program. This is a very busy woman who I actually appreciate, given her level of volunteer service to our community. She is also a member of Reverend Jim's Booth We Evolve, a nonprofit focused ministry that actually takes place in a number of senior homey situations and that. She recently received her doctorate from Consciousness Studies from the Emerson Theological Institute. So her joyful spirit is something that we welcome and lean into, or at least I lean into it. And her talk today is From Reaction to Creation, explores how gratitude reshapes the brain and aligns us with spirit and manifests good in our lives. With that, then I guess I want to basically put out thanks to our practitioner today is Reverend Gary. Audio and visual are Lucas is on sound, Andrew is on visual, Owen is on keys, Kyla is on drums, and Truman Betcha is our featured singer today. So welcome.
Everybody, how we doing? Don't worry about a thing, because every little thing is gonna be alright. So we don't worry about a thing, because every little thing is gonna be alright. Rise up this morning, stare at the rising sun. 3 little birds sat by my doorstep, singing sweet songs of melodies pure and true. What were they saying? This is my message to you. Hey, singing, don't worry about a thing. And every little thing is gonna be alright. Yeah, singing, don't worry about a thing. And every little thing is gonna be alright. Take it on. Rise up this morning, I stared at the rising sun. 3 little birds sat by my doorstep, and be alright. Hey, don't worry about a thing. Why? Because every little thing is gonna be alright. Singing, don't worry about a thing. Because every little thing is gonna be alright.
Good morning, everybody. I have just lit our oneness candle, as so many of you are familiar with. But if you're not familiar, why a candle? Why not a pitcher of water? You know, that's the amazing thing about this life, is there is one God, forever creating me, created you. And yet that one life force energy has never changed. I can light as many candles as I want here, and this flame is unaltered. And that is the life that we live within. That is a source of peace, of knowing, contentment. That is life itself. And so this week, as we turn to Thanksgiving and turn to gratitude, allow your heart to be on fire. Allow the love to shine through. It's a beautiful week. Let's pray. I'm so grateful to be here, to know this truth, to feel the heart and energy of each and every person in this room. So grateful to know that today we are treated to the message from Reverend Dr. Pam that she so carefully creates, knowing that it will hit exactly the note that each of us needs to hear. I'm grateful for our center, for its prosperity, for the creation of community that it is. So in this gratitude, in this thanksgiving, I release it now, knowing it is truth, it is done, and so it is.
Look for the people who will set your soul free. It always seems impossible till it's done. Look for the good in everyone. People done gone crazy. People done gone mad. People done forgot the superpowers we all have. We were born to love, not hate. We can decide our fate. Look for the good in everyone and celebrate all our mistakes. If there's a silver lining, you still have to find it. Look for the good in everything. Look for the people that will set your soul free. It always seems impossible until it's done. Look for the good in everyone. Everyone needs sunshine. Everyone needs rain. Everyone is carrying around some kind of pain. I see who you are. You're just like me. I see you're searching for a purpose, guided by a dream. I see who you are, and I'm just like you. I get lost sometimes and I forget what I came here to do, and I keep on trying. When it gets Friday, look for the good in everything. Look for the people that will set your soul free. It seems impossible until it's done. Look for the good in everyone. Everyone is nature, everyone is God, everyone is love and light and vibration. Oh, look for the good. Everyone gets mad sometimes, and you know they should. Look for the good. Look for the good. Look out for all the heroes in your neighborhood. Look for the good. Look for the good. Life sure would be sweeter if everybody would. Look for the good in everything. Look for the people that will set your soul free. It seems impossible until it's done. Oh, the good in everyone. Look for the good in everything. Oh, look for the people that will set your soul free. It seems impossible until it's done. Oh, look for the good in everyone.
If anyone's concerned, I'm not really too sick. I just stayed outside a little too long the other night. Didn't listen to my mother. Didn't wear a coat.
Thank you so much, and good morning, Center for Spiritual Living Ballard. So good to be here today. Thank you so much, and welcome to everyone online, and just so grateful to be here and to see all your smiling faces, to be in this warm community, and to just have a moment to just share some spiritual wisdom with you, some just common sense day-to-day things that open us up to both give and receive that good in our lives. That's always there. So I want to start out just by thanking everybody that makes this center tick, especially the people behind the scenes, the unsung heroes, if you will, that keep the flame in the heart of this center lit and keep it very well tended. And I also want to thank the IT folks and the camera guys that make us look and sound good. Yes. And in particular today, I want to thank Truman and the band for this song, Look for the Good. How many people recognize Look for the Good by Jason Mraz? Yeah, a few people, yeah. And for the people that don't know Jason Mraz, he's a singer-songwriter, American songwriter. He's also a humanitarian. He's a environmental activist. And his messages and his songs convey love and gratitude and nature and mindfulness and social harmony and uplifting and inspirational. So I chose this song intentionally today to open our time together because the lyrics bring us right to the heart of the message today about gratitude. And I thought it'd be kind of fun to share the lyrics, do something different. So if you look in your bulletin, because I want to talk a little bit about what this message is in this song. It's called Look for the Good. So I printed out the words, and I thought I'd just kind of read them and dive in a little bit, because there's a metaphysical message here, right? Look for the good, right? And so let me just read them real quick. You can read along. It says, look for the good in everything. Look for the people that will set you free, that will set your heart free. It always seems impossible until it's done, but look for the good in everyone. And of course, there's reality too. People done gone crazy. People done gone mad. People done forgot the superpowers that we all have. We were born to love. Love is our superpower, not hate. And everyone, what we know is everyone is carrying around some kind of pain. But I see who you are. You're just like me, and I'm just like you. But I get lost sometimes, and I forget what I came here to do. But I keep on trying, and when it gets frustrating, I look for the good in everything. Yeah, so these lyrics remind us that gratitude begins with how we choose to see and experience this thing we call life, right? And when we look for the good, even in people and moments that are difficult and challenging, you have a few of those? When we look for the good, we awaken to that deeper truth, to love, to our shared humanity, not our differences, and to what connects us, not what divides us, right? And it opens us to possibilities where when we choose to see through the eyes of gratitude. So versus the alternative, right? Living in judgment, living in comparison, living in that noise in our head that says there's lack and limitation, there's not enough, we're not enough. So when we choose to live from that ground of being, from gratitude, from grace, from God, we naturally raise our vibration, right? That electromagnetic field that we all vibrate at with our own signature. We broaden that frequency and we increase our own receptivity. When we're vibrating at that frequency, we're attracting that frequency, right? That's the law of attraction. What we put out comes back to us as our good. So for me, when I heard this song, Look for the Good, what I hear is look for the God. Look for God in everything. God is everything. So essentially, gratitude begins when we remember to look for God in everything, in all things, no matter what. That's the hard part, right? No matter what. So when we remember that and we practice gratitude, we start to experience life differently. And I thought, I knew I was going to do a sermon this month on gratitude. So beginning of the month, I thought, I'm going to challenge myself. I'm going to really kick up my gratitude practice and see what happens. So it's now 23 days into November, and they say that in 21 days you create a new habit, right? So I can honestly say that something has shifted for me. I feel so much more open and calm and grounded, right? And I feel lighter. I feel more clear about my motivations and my intentions. And I'm more conscious of what I'm saying and how I'm showing up. And especially in how I'm reacting and responding to the things that are happening around me. So it's been really helpful, and probably one of the most important things that have happened is that it's opened my heart and it's kept it open. So instead of doing that, I don't know, today I'm going to be in love with life. Well, practicing gratitude has helped me keep that door to good wide open to a lot less fear and a lot more love, right? So now I want to ask you a question. So how many people here have experienced a significant loss or trauma or suffering? Yeah, every hand in the room goes up, right? And so a second question. Now, how many people in the room have a gratitude practice? Yeah, or consciously are grateful for your life today. I find it fascinating. I find it fascinating that so many of us have experienced pain and loss and trauma, and yet we continue to be grateful, to give thanks for what we have. And what I've come to understand is that even in the hardest moments, we can still feel grateful because life, that universal presence that holds us in our heartbreak, is the same life that restores us to our wholeness, right? Because beneath every experience is a deeper wisdom and a deeper intelligence that is always working for our good, whether we see it or not. No matter what, the universe is always working for us, never against us. So naturally, this brings me to the next question. So how does gratitude influence and shape our energy and our experience and our happiness and our day-to-day lives? So one of the most powerful things that gratitude does is shift our attention from what's lacking to what's present, right? From what's missing to what's already here. Our aliveness, our breath, our senses, our power, our presence, our bodies, our capacity to think, to feel, to create, to choose. So if you're struggling at times to feel grateful, especially when things aren't going as we hoped, which happens, right? It's life. You want to begin right there, right where you are, by noticing these simple gifts that are already alive within you. Because being grateful helps us to see the good that's already part of our lives. And when we tend to forget this, we allow the noise to be louder than the knowing what we know, right? So Eckhart Tolle, how many people are familiar with Eckhart Tolle? Just author of The Power of Now, fabulous mystic in mind. And he describes gratitude as an aliveness, an appreciation for what is, in this now, in every now, which means in every breath. So when we learn to appreciate the presence of all that is, without needing it to be anything other than what it is, we move from resistance into acceptance. And it's in this space of acceptance that our perspective can shift, right? We open space where we release that negative energy, where we release that constriction that blocks the flow of good, that blocks our natural creative tendencies. So let me share for a second a personal story. So when I'm scheduled to give a sermon, I start thinking about it a couple weeks before. All right, I obsess about it a couple weeks before. Ask my husband. But I'll start gathering my thoughts by reading Science of Mind textbooks, by reading spiritual texts. I'll do research and listen to podcasts and TED Talks and blogs. I listen to contemporary new thought leaders and scientists and physicists and anyone who's talking about consciousness and metaphysics and spirituality, all that juicy stuff. Well, last week, I saw something posted, and it was posted by a young man who's probably in his mid-20s. And he posts under the name Nels the Thinker. And truly, this is a 20-something-year-old young man who posts just what's on his mind and on his heart for the day. And he said something about gratitude that really resonated with me. And I wanted to share it with you for his simple wisdom and understanding. So he wrote this. He said, "Gratitude, someone once said, if there's food in your fridge, clothes on your body, a roof above your head, a bed to sleep in, you are richer than 75% of people. If you have some money and the freedom to move, you're already in the top 18%. If your body's healthy today, you're luckier than 1 million people who won't survive this week. If you can see this, hear this, understand this, you're more fortunate than 3 billion people who can't. So pause, breathe, and be thankful. You're already living someone else's prayer." So this young man at the age of mid-20s has already recognized that simply being present to what is this thing called life and having our basic needs met is reason enough to be grateful. Profound, right? Yeah, so let's switch it up a bit and let's take a look at some of the science of mind, some of the neuroscience of mind. And it turns out that our brains and our bodies are wired to respond to gratitude. So I'm sure many people are familiar with Dr. Joe Dispenza. Are people familiar with Dr. Joe? He's a neuroscientist, he's a researcher. He wrote Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, Becoming Supernatural, very extensive in his research around consciousness and around how our thoughts and our feelings and our emotions influence not just our lived reality, but our biology. Our bodies are lived through our bodies. So what Dr. Dispenza teaches is that gratitude is an elevated emotion, like joy and love and freedom. And when we pair a thought like gratitude when we pair a thought with an elevated emotion, it shifts our energy by making that thought feel real. So the elevated emotion amplifies the energy, which anchors it in our awareness, in our subconscious, and it aligns us then with that creative intelligence, which is inherent in all of us, inherent in the universe, in all things. So this alignment, this energetic alignment, causes our heart and our brain to come into coherence. Now, we've talked about this before, right? When the heart and the brain are in coherence, there's more harmony, more peace, more calm. That universal flow can come through us without us getting in the way. So we become naturally more centered, we become more open, and we become more willing to give and receive from a genuine sense of unity, of connection, of oneness. And when we're able to sustain that state of coherence, the body's innate healing processes are activated. So gratitude acts as a catalyst for healing. And today, science and researchers have proven this, that gratitude is a healing force. And people that practice gratitude, they've measured this, right, will experience less pain, and their inflammatory response is lower. So they experience less inflammation or irritation from the body. So we know that these are clear and measurable signs that gratitude supports true healing in both the mind and the body. And the ancients have known this from the beginning of time, right? And science of mind is what? It's a mental healing practice. So science has also learned that gratitude doesn't just influence our bodies and our health. It also has a profound impact on how we receive and experience life. And again, Dispenza tells us that gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership. So what does this mean? What this means is that when we feel gratitude in advance, as if what we desire has already arrived, we align the mind and the body to attract that reality. The energy that we embody attracts similar energy. That's the law of good, right? And this is possible because, we've heard this before, the brain can't distinguish between what's an actual lived experience and what's purely imagined. So when you imagine and emotionally embrace a future possibility, the brain releases hormones and chemicals that says, yes, let's start rewiring your brain in response to this. So the brain believes it's happening now. So we can build a muscle of gratitude. Our brain chemistry can shift just by simply practicing gratitude. And the more we anticipate and expect gratitude, the stronger these pathways become. So over time, we can actually naturally begin to think. We can create a new habit, a gratitude habit, right? Where we're spontaneously opening, responding, participating from this place of openness and receivership. Instead of from fear, instead of having that monkey mind go off on a tangent, so we are not separate, we're not judging, we're simply present with what is. So in New Thought teachings, what do we call that visioning in the future? We call that creating a mental equivalent, right? Creating an image in our mind of the experience that we want to manifest. So that's the neuroscience. And what does Ernest Holmes say? Back in 1927, he tells us that the creative power responds to feeling more quickly than any other mental attitude. Because feeling is the energy of conviction, where we know what we know, what we know. So what we know is that thought sets the direction, what we focus on expands, but feeling gives it force. It makes it real. So the emotion of gratitude is powerful because when we're truly grateful, that feeling gives our thoughts force and it activates that creative expression, that creative power within us to deliver that good, to vibrate as that good in our lives. So, you might ask, how do we develop and strengthen that gratitude muscle? Well, I have a couple ideas. Because we really want to learn how to respond to life in a graceful, loving way versus react to life from that mind that keeps us separate, from that mind that may be too busy to actually see and receive. So here's a couple things that we could consider, right? So first and foremost is to practice showing up, to practice being present, and to become that open receiver. And because when you're fully present, you can let go of resistance. It just naturally happens. And we can then pause, create that beautiful sacred pause where we can truly listen to understand someone, not just hear it, but to understand it. So we're connecting from a deeper place, right? We're connecting from our heart space, not just our intellectual mind. Yeah. And it allows things to be what they are without wishing they were different. So we learn to say yes and, not yes but. So yes and I can be happy today. Not yes but I don't know what that guy next to me is doing. Yes and we all see one another in ways when we choose to. Yes and. Second thing, what can we consider? Is to practice witnessing. So get curious about how you're interpreting what you're hearing. Do you ever just kind of listen to yourself, your witnessing your own responses? Do you have a tendency to rush to respond, to react? Or are you more thoughtful in your response? Get to know yourself. Lean into becoming witness to your own behaviors, to your own ways of being. Right? Third thing, ask yourself, especially when you're not feeling grateful, if I'm not grateful, should I? If I'm thinking, if I'm not grateful right now, well, should I be grateful? Why am I grateful? Oh, what do I feel? I'm really not grateful. I'm feeling kind of sad. So when that happens, when you're not in that place of gratitude, ask yourself, what am I feeling now? Is it anger? Is it sadness? What is it? And understand why those feelings are coming up. There's a reason, right? There's a belief under that you might want to explore. And that's what our practitioners are here for you to open up and ask those questions about what and why my life is the way it is. And the fourth thing, take me, my ego, out of the loop. Imagine that. It's not always about me. And, probably stop taking things so personally is another good thing to do. So when we allow our egos to step aside, gratitude simply flows naturally because we're no longer resisting or trying to control what is. We're simply witnessing life unfolding and our choosing of how to be in this sacred space of living. And only 2 more to go. Easy peasy, gratitude, right? You think, I'm just going to say thank you and that's it. Well, we know that gratitude comes from that deeper place where we're connected with our divine self, with our wholeness. We can be thankful for things that happened after the fact, but gratitude is more a creative thank you for everything I'm creating now and can create in consciousness for my future. So how can we do that? We can learn to visualize. We can learn to vision. And, of course, meditation. I just got lost. Yeah, okay. And the point of doing that visioning and visualization and meditation is to practice creating that mental equivalent, to be clear, first of all, in what we want to create. So that's a thing in itself already, right? Is to get clear. Do you even know what you want to create? So get clear and begin giving thanks for what's already unfolding, what's already in that field, that quantum field of infinite potential and possibility that knows and delivers in divine right timing, knowing what you need, when you need it, how you need it. So use gratitude to intentionally create this now moment, this now unfoldment, as well as the future good in your life, right? So look for the good, even in hard times, difficult, disappointing times, because each time we practice gratitude, we imprint love and goodness on our hearts and in our minds. So gratitude moves us away from simply reacting to life to consciously and intentionally creating life. And when we tap in to that transformative energy, it leads us to greater wholeness, to greater self-confidence and trust and integrity. It strengthens our sense of oneness and unity. I see God in everyone and everything. And it invites us into a life that we can truly love, that we can love, and a life that we can generously share with the world around us. And that's the healing, wholeness, and beauty of this thing we call gratitude. So thank you for listening. Thank you for giving me such beauty and such love. And I'm so grateful in this moment now, and know that no matter what, love is all there is, and love heals all things. Love and gratitude, as Reverend Gary said, go hand in hand. So look for the good. Look for the good in everything today. Give it a try. That's your homework. I love when Dr. Larry gives us homework. I love and I don't love it, but anyway. That's your homework, is to really challenge yourself, kick up that gratitude practice, and really monitor, okay, what's happening in my life, right? and know that your life will shift and it will expand, and your soul will certainly continue to evolve. So keep on trying no matter what, and look for the good in everything. And so it is. Namaste.
Sometimes life is changing. We have to be grateful for those changes. There's something in the air. There's been a lot of smaller talk. Younger, we would share our fears. Now we're afraid of being mocked. I can hear you through all of the silence. Do you need any help calling like I? There's been some changes in our lives. I can feel the distance, space and time. Everything is different. To hear your voice inside my head. Now I forget what it sounds like, and all the things we left unsaid. Now we can say in hindsight, I can hear you through all of the silence. Do you need any help calling? Yeah. There's been some changes in our lives. The distance, space and time, everything is different. Day and night, everything has changed. Don't know that's just the way it is, no matter how much you're missing it. Sometimes the wind blows in a different new directions and lessons are happening. Maybe that's just the way it is, no matter how much you're missing it. No love lost, I know it's innocent, it's what you make of it. There's been some changes in our lives, and I can feel the distance, space and time. It's different, it's day and night, and I can feel the change. I don't know why. There's been some changes in our lives. The distance, space, and everything is different. Day and night, everything has changed. I don't know why. It's weak. My life is changing, and I'm very grateful for it, so.
This is the time in our service where we do the offering. I'm going to talk about a different piece of it today for a second, and that is the prayer card that you'll find in the seat back in front of you. As practitioners, we love nothing more than to be able to pray for you. And really praying for you means knowing the truth about you, about your life, about the good that is unfolding always. And it's free. Is there anything on your mind that is less than perfect? Would you like the practitioners to know that perfection? It's as simple as that. It's not a confession that, something is badly broken in your life. Use the prayer cards, folks. We'll bring more good into your life, I promise. Would the greeters please come forward? So I know that this is a time of giving, a time of heartfelt giving, giving to our community, knowing that it circulates, knowing that it creates more good. It creates more good in me, the life of the giver, and more good in our beloved CSL Ballard, the center itself, and all those that we touch, all the happiness that we create, all of the connection and meaning. That's what we're giving for, a life that is just a little more beautiful today than it was yesterday. Please give generously. Go ahead, greeters. So it is. Do you feel it? That's gratitude. That's love. And I know today's service was exactly what each of us needed to hear. I bless the words. I bless the action that now follows us out of this room, into our lives, into our experiences, knowing that we support one another, that there is so much good and so much more. The creativity, the vibrance of life awaits, and we greet it thankfully. And I release this now. Together we say, and so it is.
Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, I am so grateful. Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude around me. I am so grateful, I am so grateful, I am so grateful, I am so grateful. Gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude in me, gratitude all around me. I am so grateful, I am so grateful, I am so grateful, I am so grateful. I am so grateful, I am so grateful. I am so grateful, I am so grateful, grateful, I am so grateful, I am so grateful, I am so grateful, I am so grateful, I am so, yeah. Gratitude to the right of me, yeah. Gratitude above me, gratitude below me, within me, all around me. I am so grateful. I am so grateful. Yeah. One, two, three. That's a good tune.